Let's continue our conversation with Chuck MEYER, candidate for Chief Justice of the Ninth Court of Appeals.
Yeah, our local Rotary Club has a project where we work with Yes to Youth, which is part of Montgomery County Youth Services. We go out, we play volleyball or football or other sports, play games with them, and just get a sense of how they're doing and just be a friend.
You substitute teach, you're involved in many of these things?
I do. I try to carve out a little bit of time from my law practice to substitute teach, because I'm a little different than the other opponents. I was an engineer before I became a lawyer, and there's always a need for STEM teachers.
Well, among the esteemed group of men and women running for this post, you are the only one who has actually filed briefs with the Ninth Court of Appeals in your role as Assistant District Attorney in Hardin County.
That's correct.
And so you have a familiarity with the Ninth Court that many may not have.
Yeah, some of my opponents have filed briefs before this court and other courts of appeals, but I'm the only one that's an active prosecutor. And my job with the Hardin County District Attorney's Office is to keep the prisoners in jail for the length of their sentence. I'm not like a typical trial assistant district attorney who puts them in jail to begin with. I'm the guy that makes sure that they stay there.
Yeah, I see. You've got a wide range of experience, by the way. Technology attorney, all right, patent attorney, engineer, what all is there? And you worked for the Department of Defense.
My first job out of engineering school was an incredible job for someone who was 22 years old, or 23. I designed computer systems to let the nation's leaders know when we were under nuclear attack. Now, for good reasons, that system was never tested, because we wouldn't be here today, probably. Not that I was worried about my design, but certainly you don't want to have nuclear warfare to test what you've done. And that was an amazing experience.
I bet it was.
And the people I got to meet through that experience and the places I got to go to NORAD, where they track Santa Claus in addition to missiles.
That's a reliable man right there that is able to be in a post like that and protect our nation in that way.
Thanks, Kevin. Chuck
has a daughter with a very, very serious disease as well, the juvenile Batten disease. You have life experience as well as your professional experience, a kind of a well-rounded understanding of life. I really believe that that's important for who we choose as Chief Justice of the Ninth Court.
My daughter Emily has terminal disease, and that I have a little better understanding than maybe some others as to those issues. Children that are in the end of their life phase, a lot of times it's hard to get medical help for them because they're going to die anyway. And I've been an advocate for my own daughter, and I believe that we need to be advocates for everyone that's in that situation.
And you've done pro bono work for veterans, in fact, as well.
That's correct.
Tell me about that.
I worked through the local bar association with a group of veterans. It was a few years ago. Since my daughter's illness, I haven't been able to do as many pro bono projects as I used to be able to do, and I hope to go back to it. It was helping veterans obtain benefits, and also I had a few veterans come in with some business law questions because they were trying to start up their own business. And that I was ideally suited for. But I've also done pro bono work for just ordinary citizens. One of the activities I'm most proud of is a couple over in Jasper County who had their home foreclosed on by one of the big banks, and I tried to negotiate a deal with them so that they could have an outcome where they wouldn't lose their house, and they were able to stay in their house long enough to get out from underneath that foreclosure and find a house that was suitable for them.
I love it, yeah.
And so I've been asked on the campaign trail, so what have you done for the community? And I said, well, I'm very proud of the fact that I was able to, just that one family, to be able to keep them in their house for as long as possible.
People need to know you are an unapologetic conservative who's even worked in 2016, in fact, in the important state of Ohio to keep the potential bad guys under wraps?
Well-
Protect the integrity of the vote?
Yeah, we tend to say protect the integrity of the vote. We don't want people to think that the voters are the bad guys. The other party sometimes
That was more what I was thinking.
does some things during crucial elections that they push the limits of the law and sometimes step over bounds.
People should know Chuck has won the endorsement of Texas Right to Life, a very highly coveted endorsement along with the Texas Homeschool Coalition.
That's correct, and I'm extremely pleased with both of those endorsements.
I know that you've been doing some important things in Montgomery County.
Well, I was selected and I have become a member of the class of 2020 of Leadership Montgomery County,
Uh-huh.
which is sponsored by a number of organizations, but it's the chambers of commerce in particular play a significant role in having established this program. We have monthly sessions, and we also have a service project where we are working with an organization that provides the ability for disabled adults to work in a business.
We have some great people in this race. You are the greatest and the
Oh, thank
only
you.
choice for Chief Justice of the Ninth Court of Appeals. The only choice in my
Well,
view.
Kevin, thank you so
great
much.
to see you again. We
Thank
have
you.
to talk again soon.